Hello everyone, this is another video on the Marzocchi Bomber 33 TST2. Sounds like an advert, don't it? Anyway, yeah. I got these forks on a bike that I purchased a year ago and couldn't find anything on the internet. I've since contacted Marzocchi themselves, or their UK distributor, and found out that there is nothing you can do to change the spring, in the fork. There's no other springs you can buy. It's one spring in the left leg and there's a damper unit in the right leg. Now you have got compression damping and rebound damping on the bottom of this leg. It's a quick release 100mm fork. Now I've changed the travel on this fork to 120mm, and it's straightforward enough because for a start off you've got no oil in the legs, just a bit of grease. I have actually put some oil in there, made them much smoother. Just used a tiny teaspoon of engine oil in both legs, and then turned them upside down and for half an hour, and they were sweet. Now also in the spring, inside the spring, you've got a rubber thing called an elastomer. Now the rubber thing was about that long inside the spring, which made it compress the fork to about there before it hit this rubber thing, and it weren't really using any more of the travel. It made it really hard, and I'm about nearly 14 stone myself, and I found the forks were only using half the travel, and I thought, this ain't right. So I took them apart. I took the elastomer out of the inside of the spring, put the forks back together. Much smoother. I'm using nearly all the travel on just a normal ride, so when I get off-road, proper off-road, and hit hard things, I'll probably bottom them out maybe, but they've got a bottom out bumper anyway, so I don't know what that elastomer thing's in there for unless you're 20 stone. I can't imagine you'd need it, but anyway, they're steel lowers, they're steel stanchion legs here. This is a magnesium alloy. The seal's just a 32mm seal. I took this damper out. Excuse me. It just unscrews from the top, and you pull this adjuster off the bottom here, and then underneath it just there's a nut. When you undo the nut, there's a rod that goes up, and then this top half is where the cartridge is. It's like a damper on a car or any other damper. It's pretty much like one of these inside that leg. Not bad. The damping is actually quite good control. It's a smooth fork. Like I say, you can pull a spacer out of the bottom of the spring and put it on the top. I've actually described that wrong, but it is as simple as that, taking one off the bottom and putting it on the top, and you can extend the travel. And you could, if you compress the spring a little bit when you assemble them, you could reduce the travel slightly to an 80mm fork if you really wanted to. If your bike weren't suitable for a 100mm fork and you want a cheap fork, you can adjust these 33 TSTs pretty well, to be honest. I do want to upgrade my fork eventually, but now that I've got it running sweet, I don't know. So I don't know. The front near enough matches the back. It's not a bad back end really. But yeah, that's that. There's nothing else on the internet. I can't find anything about these bombers. The cartridge, when I took them apart after owning it for about 9 months of mild use, nothing major in them first 9 months really, just getting back into cycling, the damper cartridge at the bottom where the rod goes in and out of it, around about here somewhere, was actually leaking. So I contacted Marzocchi and they instantly said, oh, just send us the cartridge and we'll send you a new one. Oh, and I photocopy your receipt. And I replied back with, simple as that, and they were like, yeah. So there you go. there is support for Italian forks in the UK. All the reviews I ever read were pretty naff, saying that bombers are going to self-destruct, especially considering it's 2009 model year. But to be honest, they ain't that bad. Slightly flexible, a bit more so than, say, I had a set of MX Comp twin air spring forks years ago. I think they were 2002s or 2003s, and these are much more, not much more, but a bit more flexible than them forks. The MX Comps, sorry. So if you're used to using an MX Comp, then these are not, they're not as smooth as the MX Comp twin air, and they're not as stiff, but they're not bad. It doesn't feel really cheap, put it this way. So yeah, if you've got any comments or any questions or you need any advice on your bombers, how to make them work a bit better, these are really a smooth fork, to be honest. Then yeah, just comment at the bottom, ask me a question or whatever, and I'll try and answer it as good as I can. Cheers.